Often in nature, a formidable and scary animal does not pose any danger, and its entire frightening appearance serves to mislead potential enemies, and on the contrary, a cute and seemingly kind animal can be fraught with danger by having a secret weapon. In any case, even if you are confident that some outlandish representative of the fauna is harmless, it is better not to disturb its peace and not to touch it with your hands. We invite you to test your knowledge and intuition. Before each animal, you will have a few seconds to answer the question whether this animal is dangerous or not. Share your results and mistakes in the comments to understand which animal is the most insidious and deceptive. Stingray. The name speaks for itself. These stingrays are very dangerous, and in rare cases they can even kill a person. In appearance, stingrays do not seem dangerous. They are not aggressive at all and do not show any anxiety when a person approaches. Tourists and divers often swim calmly surrounded by these stingrays, but do not neglect their calmness. If the stingray feels threatened, it attacks. Inexperienced divers are warned to avoid situations where the stingray is in front of you. The fact is that the stingray can only strike with its tail with a poisonous spike at a target in front of itself, and a raised tail serves as a warning to its irritated state. In most cases, when a spike enters the human body, the pressure causes the protective shell to rupture. When the sheath breaks, the sharp, jagged edges of the spine are exposed and the venom is released into the wound. This poison is most often not fatal, but very painful. It contains 5 enzymes, one of which causes the muscles to contract strongly, which causes extreme pain. The components of the poison cause tissue and cell death. If the poison gets into the leg, then such a case is easily treated, but if the spike hits the upper part of the person's body, then as a result of tissue death, one of the organs located nearby may shut down. If the thorn hits the heart, as it did with Stephen Irwin, there is no chance, and everything ends in death. The main danger of these stingrays lies in their habit of burrowing into the sand in shallow water. While walking along the bottom, you can accidentally step on it, followed by a lightning-fast blow with a poisonous spike. This is the most common situation in which a stingray attacks, so you need to watch carefully in the habitats of stingrays under your feet. Platypuses. These cuties seem harmless in appearance. It's hard to imagine where one can expect a trick from these animals, but strangely enough, platypuses are dangerous, and there are many cases of people being injured when the territorial boundaries of these animals are violated. The danger is posed by male platypuses, who have long, sharp, horny spurs connected to poisonous glands on their hind legs. It is noteworthy that such spurs appeared among them back in the Mesozoic era. This animal, discovered during the colonization of Australia, baffled European scientists. At first, they mistook the platypus for a fake created by the Aborigines to intimidate them, or just as a joke. After all, what could be more incredible? An oviparous mammal, with a duck beak, frog legs and a beaver tail. But as it turned out, this cute animal turned out to be real and very dangerous. When a spur hits, several milliliters of toxic poison are injected into the body, which causes unbearable pain. Most often, the platypus attacks a person when he tries to pick it up. The poison causes severe swelling and pain in the affected area. There is no antidote for this poison and painkillers do not block sensitivity to it. In general, the venom of male platypus has been practically not studied. Pain in the affected area can last up to 6 months, so such a meeting will be remembered for a long time. Poisonous spurs are located on the hind legs and at first glance are not particularly noticeable and do not seem dangerous, but they are quite sharp and can quickly inject a dose of poison, causing severe and lasting pain. During the mating season, males are especially dangerous and should be avoided. And it's even better not to find out when their mating season is, and always keep your distance from them. King snake. These snakes are very similar in color to the extremely poisonous coral adders, which allows the king snake to scare away predators, but in fact this snake is completely harmless. King snakes, as well as their related European copperheads, have a weak venom that helps the reptile paralyze the usual prey in nature, represented by lizards, mice, and snakes. Such poison reduces the resistance of the victim during the process of suffocation and ingestion, but does not pose a danger to humans. The teeth of even the largest species are very small and are unable to seriously injure human skin. When kept at home, adult king snakes often become practically tame and show no aggression towards their owner at all. You need to tame such a snake gradually, spending about 10 to 15 minutes a day. All species belonging to the genus of king snakes are quite common in America and surrounding areas. Common king snakes live primarily in deserts or semi-desert areas in North America. Beaver. Oddly enough, the beaver is kind, but very brave and dangerous. Many may think that the main danger of these animals lies in their predilection for blocking rivers with dams, which often causes floods, but it turns out that they are dangerous to humans even through direct physical intervention, although as a rule it is the person himself who is to blame for forcing this good fellow to attack. Do not underestimate beavers. This animal jealously guards its territory, and can get into a fight if you try to dismantle its dam. One feature that makes them especially dangerous and even deadly is their famous teeth, distinguished not only by their length, but also by their sharpness. A beaver can easily bite a limb, which leads to severe blood loss. Thick rubber boots will not help. No matter what a boot or a man's foot is, centuries-old oak trees are falling, ground down at the base by the powerful teeth of beavers. It is not uncommon for hunting dogs that overestimate their strength to receive severe injuries when deciding to engage in a fight with a beaver. The danger of beavers is not at all a theoretical warning. There is real evidence of this. There are several known cases of human encounters with beavers that resulted in death for the person. For example, an incident that occurred in 2013. The beaver bit the fisherman's leg twice, the sharp teeth pierced an artery, and the man died before help arrived. Blue-ringed octopus. In appearance, this baby does not seem scary or dangerous. It fits perfectly into the mesmerizing beauty of multicolored coral reefs with their inhabitants, every tourist with an oxygen tank on his back, fascinated by the underwater landscapes, wants to pet this octopus, but this should not be done if there are still unfinished tasks, since this is the most dangerous representative of his squad. These animals live in the coastal waters of Australia. The name of the genus is associated with the unusual coloring of the animal, blue rings on yellow skin that begin to shine when the octopus is ready to attack. If you make this baby angry, his skin becomes dark in color, and the spots on it begin to glow brightly. These are predatory octopuses that are not at all afraid of people. They are distinguished by their aggressive character and are very poisonous. One of the components of the poison, tetrodotoxin, causes paralysis of the motor parts of the nervous system, respiratory arrest and, as a result, cardiac arrest. When he attacks, the person completely loses his sight and dies from suffocation. The main danger is that the antidote has not yet been found. Knowing when not to touch an octopus is not difficult. In an irritated state, the skin color acquires a brown tint, and the blue rings become even brighter and begin to shimmer, but it is better not to touch him at all, even when he smiles sweetly or winks. Spider Pryn. Phryne or flagellated spiders from the order of tropical arachnids look terrifying and extremely dangerous. But despite all this formidable appearance, phrynes are harmless creatures to people. It was their terrifying appearance that misled people for a long time. Phrynes have a significant resemblance to spiders, but they have neither poisonous nor arachnoid glands. Phrynes have terrified people at all times, and many legends and fables have developed about them. In some places where flagellated spiders live, local residents are afraid of them and consider them extremely dangerous. For example, during a stay in the Seychelles in 1872, a biologist was told by local residents that the bite of a phryne would cause swelling of the body, cramps and vomiting, and that if the victim was not treated with ammonia, it would ultimately lead to a long-term illness or death. Some scientists were afraid to even examine specimens of these arachnids brought to Europe. Their prejudice was so great. But the first studies showed that these creatures are completely harmless. Phrynes are unable to bite or harm humans in any way. Jellyfish wasp. Surely many have heard that some types of jellyfish can cause irritation and burns on the skin when touched. Among jellyfish, there are many both dangerous and completely harmless species, but this jellyfish, called the box jellyfish or sea wasp, is not just dangerous, it is fraught with mortal danger. Its insidiousness lies in the fact that it is difficult to believe that such a clumsy creature dangling in the water column can pose a mortal danger to humans. But the wasp jellyfish is the most poisonous jellyfish among its kind, and is also considered perhaps the most dangerous living creature in the world. The jellyfish has in its long tentacles a paralyzing poison that is strong enough to kill 60 people. As a rule, in nature, various dangerous and poisonous representatives of the animal world are brightly colored, but in the case of this jellyfish, nature played an insidious joke. Jellyfish are almost transparent and have a pale blue color. Therefore, due to its stealth, it can pose an additional danger to swimmers, since this marine inhabitant is very difficult to see. These jellyfish can be found in the coastal waters near northern Australia and nearby tropical areas of the West Indian Pacific. Any touch to this jellyfish causes severe burns, and in some cases they can literally lead to instant death. There have been historical cases of death within 4 minutes of contact with a sea wasp. This is much faster than the bite of any snake or spider. The thing is that the poison of this jellyfish causes paralysis of the respiratory system, or a heart attack. The person simply does not have time to get out of the water and drowns. The only creatures on the planet that are not sensitive to the poison of these jellyfish are sea turtles, which feed on these jellyfish. Friends, write your comments where you made a mistake, or knew all the dangerous animals in this video. Well, that's all for today. Thank you all for watching. If it was interesting, support the video with likes. Thank you for subscribing, and take a look at what else we have prepared for you.